Well, welcome again to the February monthly meeting of the Burlington Area School District Board. Apologies for running late. We had Personnel Committee right before, so that's why we're starting a little bit late. But thanks again for everyone coming out on Valentine's. So that's giving up your Valentine's evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Toby, will you do the roll call, please? Here? Here. Here. Here.
Here. Here.
Thanks, Toby. Next is approval of the previous minutes from our last two meetings. I'd entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
I moved, we approve both meetings.
Second.
Okay, motions have made and seconded to approve the January 10 and January 24 meeting minutes. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. All right, next we have citizen comments. And if you recall, last month we tried a new format where we did, and we're going to continue that format tonight. So it's right now would be the period where if citizens have comments about items that are not on the agenda, this would be the time to go. You also have the opportunity to speak if you want to talk on the agenda items. So we'll work through that process. I do want to remind people though that we do have some rules, and we did well last meeting, and so this isn't anything to say that we didn't do well, but we did have one issue with, I want to make sure that when you're speaking, your comments are directed to the board. That came up last meeting. Don't forget 3 minutes to speak now, and then during the agenda items, it's a 3-minute limit, and Barry Schmeling will give you the hand up when it's 15 seconds to go. That's been going pretty well. If you could stand up and say your name and address, that'd be great. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I think, again, they went really well last month. So let's start with our general comments. Ryan Mueller, you're up first. Oh, yeah, I guess the table, because I don't know if that works well, Toby, for ours.
Are we doing that address or not?
You can skip let's skip the address. I think that's fine, because it's on the form. You're right, Ryan.
Ryan Mueller, good evening, board. I just wanted to say, I guess be quick tonight is, thank you to the district, to teachers, administration for keeping our schools open when many around us closed or shut down or went virtual for some length of time during kind of the height of the Omicron variant spread, whatever you want to call it. I think it's very important for our kids to have had that experience within the classroom, to get that instruction, to be meeting with their teachers every day, to be with their peers every day. I think it puts us ahead of the districts that went virtual for some period of time. I'm sure you all faced some sort of pressure to either go virtual, shut down, mask our kids, whatever. I appreciate, everything the district has done, from, like I said, board administration down to the teachers showing up every day and, handling whatever pressure you face behind the scenes, to keep our ship sailing forward. So I just want to give you my appreciation for that tonight and say thank you.
Thanks. Tom Preisker.
All right, good evening, board members and Dr. Plank. Here to talk to you tonight about the Lottie system and weighted grades. My daughter is in the class of 2022, which is the weighted grade, or the Lottie system, it's the weighted grades. And I was open to it at first, but our experience over 4 years now, having gone through it and almost finishing, is that it hasn't been a very good experience. I think that it discourages and penalizes high achieving students in an effort to solve a problem I think that largely doesn't exist for many students. I've heard it was to solve a problem that students were avoiding taking non-honors and AP classes, other these kinds of electives like band or choir, because it would bring their GPA down, so they couldn't achieve valedictorian or salutatorian status. I think that probably only affected a handful of students. Here are just some of the things that I experienced over her 4 years. 17 students in her class didn't initially make National Honor Society because the formula wasn't adjusted to account for the non-weighted grades. So compared to the class ahead of her, they would have been able to achieve National Honor Society with only a B- average, where my daughter's class was expected to get an A- average because they didn't get the benefit of the weighted grades. That was fixed only because I brought it to administration's attention. My daughter plays club sports, and part of their profile on their sports teams is to put up their GPA so that as they're recruited, college coaches can see their GPAs and know how they stand. And on my daughter's teams, her GPA was always among the lowest of her teammates and peers, even though she's been taking a full honors and AP load during her time in school. Just today, I was talking with Edgewood's financial aid office in Madison, and they told me that the presidential scholarship, which is worth $21,000 a year, requires a 3.75 GPA to qualify for it. And my daughter's right at that point. If she had weighted grades, it wouldn't even be in question, but because the district doesn't allow her to hit weighted grades, she's right on the bubble. She may or may not hit that, which could cost us $84,000. The lottery process in general is just a little too late. The lottery applications are on March 1st of this year. At this point, high school seniors have already gone through the application process for most of their schools. My daughter's already applied to a bunch of schools, as have her peers. They've already been accepted, and they're already applying and getting accepted for scholarships too. So whether she gets a lottery designation really at this point is totally irrelevant. Maybe anyone but her family can say she graduated some lottery designation on graduation day itself. In the meantime, she's been denied the benefit of higher grades in college and scholarship applications. So please consider reversing your decision.
Great. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Tom. Stacy Coleman.
Thank you for being here on Valentine's Day. We've become so mentally weak. I mean, society has taught us to worry about our feelings and the feelings of others over what's morally right. It's why so many parents aren't here. They're more worried about losing friends and making waves than they are about standing up for their kids' rights, as well as their kids' personal development and growth. It's truly sad.